Hello, all. I think I am live. I don't have my microphone today, left it at home, so apologies for the quality if it's not there. But I am sitting here in the media room of the RAC where Rutgers just eked out, just survived a second straight home upset loss, this time to Penn. 70-69, Rutgers beats Penn behind a career day from Tariq Francis, who hit a game-winning three with a second left. Salvage from suffering again a second straight loss to a low major team at home. Um, Major result here for Rutgers because not because it's a big, but because of what it avoids. And frankly, Rutgers was probably lucky to win this game, considering Penn led for 35 minutes and 25 seconds. Considering Penn had a 7-point lead with 2 minutes and 24 seconds, and considering Penn had a former five-star player, its best player, TJ Power, at the free throw line twice in the last 23 seconds, and in 4 minutes, he misses three. So not only does he not give his team the win, he doesn't even give his team a big enough cushion that even if Rutgers hits a three, they go to overtime. Just and like that last back-to-back misses because they get free Shake Shack shakes. But Rutgers and Steve Peichel will like it more because it allowed them to win a game that they probably didn't deserve to win. A game in that Steve Peichel, I asked him after the game how he felt. I've seen Tariq Francis' three go in, played a bit coy, gave a bit of a generic answer, but I was watching him at the handshake line during the alma mater. He's wiping sweat off his brow, almost breathing because that would have been an ugly result. He's already some heat for the way last season went and this season started. Central Connecticut State loss is ugly enough. The Vegas losses are ugly. The Big Ten losses, the Seton Hall ugly. To add a Penn loss on top of that, piling more and more and more. So this is what it should have been for Rutgers in a less dramatic way. Despite snap a 3-game losing streak, they're going to be Delaware State. So they'll be 2 straight wins going into Big Ten. And, well, we all agree, myself and people watching this, and people at the RAG, frankly, that Rutgers is probably not going to win more than a handful of Big Ten games at best. It would be much worse if they had lost a second. I think a big result for Steve Peichel, certainly, and for Rutgers, and for Tariq Francis, who I'm not sure how in depth I'll go with my player grades tonight, but Tariq Francis gets an A. That is about as good a game as you can ask for anybody on this team. Carried Rutgers with a career high. Where is it? Career high 34 points on 9 of 14 shooting from the floor, 1 of 4 on threes. So that means he was 8 of 10 on twos, and a lot of those twos were mid-range jumpers. HJG says the sound is a little choppy. Can you understand what I'm saying? That's not good. Let me try to fix that. Is it? Sorry about that. Well, listen, we're gonna power on now because this is all I have, and frankly, this is the quality that a game like this deserves. Again, Tariq Francis, 8 of 10 on twos. 8 of 10 on twos. Let me paper underneath. So apologies again. 8 of 10 on twos. 15 of 19 on free throws, including the game-winning free throw at the end after three to kind of pull more. And again, the first half he was the only offensive output Rutgers had. Dylan Grant and Michael Davis gave a little bit in the second half. In the first half, it was all Tariq Francis. Big bounce back for a bit of a work show at Seton Hall. And this will be, I'd be surprised if someone else has a better performance individually as a Rutgers player this season. Big time stuff from Tariq Francis. Bryce Dortch had a quiet game on the stat sheet, but in a game where center position again struggled mightily. Emmanuel Bolle started in 6 minutes and 22 seconds. Bryce Dortch filled in. Rutgers went a little small against the small Penn team, and he did fine. He did miss a shot at the rim. He went 1 of 4 on free throws, so he wasn't great. But he had 9 rebounds, 5 blocks. 5 blocks. I did not realize that at the time. Very good defensive performance from Bryce Dortch. So I would give him probably a B. And then, the rest of the roster, just brutal numbers. Rutgers shot 23 of 56. And again, that's with Tariq Francis going 9 of 14. Sorry, Jake. So just a rough, uh, a rough performance all around, but ultimately a result that Rutgers needed. We got thank you, Jerry, Jerry Carino here, ladies and gentlemen. Um, you guys can kind of fill in some questions. I imagine you guys want to have something to say after what you just saw. I haven't really not much to say aside from the fact that the result was obviously much better performance, but one that will take a lot of everyone because the alternative would have been I don't know if disastrous is the word. That would imply that there is something beyond what we expect this season, but it's certainly a lot on the program and turned it from a season to forget to a season that will be that will mark Michael's tenure. I'm surprised. I really thought there would be more activity in the chat. Maybe it's because it's 15 on a Saturday night, but I thought the way Rutgers play would have gotten people a little more fired up. CZXQA asks if is it reasonable to think they could win even one Big Ten game? Yes, they will win one Big Ten game. They will win two or three. It's very difficult to go over in the Big Ten. Teams, no matter how, win at least a couple. But I understand the question. I mean, they played poorly. If you're going to be losing by double digits to Central Connecticut State, trail Penn by 35 minutes, and probably deserve to lose that game, they're probably not going to be favored in any game, and they're going to need. I mean, they were bad from tonight, 3 of 20. They're probably not going to shoot. What is that? 15% on threes. Very often, they'll have one hot game, but I don't know how many times they're going to go against an opponent that shoots 5 of 21 on threes either. But to answer the question, yes, they're going to win probably two or three at the very least. No more than five, though. I mean, I just don't. With every time they get on the court, I see less and less Big Ten wins. It's just, again, you can't expect Tariq Francis to score 34 points every night. That's not sustainable. And again, basket is hard. I did not see one easy basket, one setup that led to an easy basket when Rutgers really needed it. It felt like everything was isolation, forcing the ball inside, making tough shots. And give them credit, they made some tough shots, particularly in the mid range, but that's just not sustainable. And it just feels like if you're playing against Penn that doesn't have an outstanding defense, was missing its starting center, you would be able to create more easy shots, particularly when you have a center in Emmanuel Bole, who might not be skilled, but he's much bigger than anyone else. You got to produce 8 points for him just being in the paint. They just were able to do it, which again is an alarming sign. When you go into the Big Ten and you're not going to play Michigan or Purdue's bigs again, but you're going to play really good centers. HJ says winning is fun. Is even funner. It is good. It's nice to see free throw shooting, but in the it was Penn, and we are a pretty bad team. That's the thing. Any positive you want to pull from this comes through the lens of you just played Penn and you won by 1 and you're trailing by 35 points. The negatives vastly outweigh the positives. This is a game Rutgers, even at its worst, even being the worst team in the Big Ten, should be good enough to win, maybe not comfortably, but certainly have the advantage at some point outside of the last second and the first minute and a half. Again, I thought Penn was the better team. I really do. I really did. And Rutgers, to their credit, clutched it out late, made big hits late. Penn melted down at the end. I don't think you would have. TJ Power missed those free throws. He got hit earlier in the game with Bryce George. I don't think that made a particular impact, but that's something worth noting. But it's a situation you want if you're Penn. TJ Power on the line to give you a cushion with 20 seconds left. And it didn't work out, and Rutgers took advantage. So but I think it's also fair note that had it not been TJ Power missing those free throws, Rutgers would have lost second straight game to a low major team at home. They're not in a great position, but Delaware State will be an elixir to that to some extent because they are one of the worst teams in the country. So Rutgers should win that game more by a rider cushion than any of the other majors. Does anybody else have anything they want to input in the chat? It's a little late on a Saturday night. I don't particularly like talking about this game more than I have to. I think this is a game with the result that happened that you can kind of flush and move on to the next. We can do that. If they had lost, obviously, it would have been a big thing. But Rutgers survives. Rutgers survives, moves on, gets a week off, gets to enjoy Christmas off of a win, comes back the Monday Christmas in the year against Delaware State. And then enters Big Ten play with a big stretch against Oregon, Ohio State, um, winnable games. Some of the more winnable games in the Big Ten schedule. So big. Um, until then, I appreciate all you guys tuning in and watching. Sorry again if there are any audio issues. I left my mic at home. It's been such a long layoff that I forgot the procedure. Um, and again, if this isn't great, me and Cody will talk about this. I'm assuming Monday. Don't hold me to it if he doesn't. For it again one last time. I don't think there's anything in there. All right. Well, guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in. You guys have a good night, and see you after the next game. Bye.